Today's video, we are reacting to this video called The Story of Lsplash. And if you can leave a like and subscribe, and I'll leave a link in the description if you do want to watch it fully. I'm going to pause this a lot. Let's enjoy today's reaction video, The Story of Lsplash. Let's rock to the video. Let's go, FD, let's go. Okay, let's get this video on the roll. We're reacting to The Story of Lsplash, the dev behind Roblox store.
3 billion visits, a number that many developers dream of achieving even 1/10 of. Brought forth in a game that has completely redefined the entire horror genre on Roblox, inspiring numerous remakes and going viral across the internet almost immediately. This game has quickly catapulted to the top of Roblox after being released not even a year ago. This is the story of Lsplash, the man behind the hit game Doors. But before we delve into the world of terrifying eldritch creatures that were shown to us indoors, we must first explore where it all began. Starting his career in around 2015, Lsplash worked on a few miscellaneous projects, most notably developing under the user Bonic10 for his game, Movie Maker 3. In Movie Maker 3, you could create your own short films using the carefully crafted animation and recording system. I'm not sure to what extent Lsplash worked on this one, as the game's description is rather vague. It just mentions him as a GUI designer and developer. I don't know how much of the development he actually did, but what I do know is that it's safe to say that this game was exceptionally ahead of its time. I mean, just look at this animation system and keep in mind this was made in 2015.
That looks like high quality for a 2015 game. Do you think? I don't know.
Like, this is absolutely insane. Lsplash, known as Lightning Splash to some, was quite a talented developer, doing jobs behind the scenes for a few years before finally beginning his own projects in 2017. In fact, his earliest tweets display his coding prowess, creating various UI systems and sharing sneak peeks of what would become his first successful game. Lsplash eventually teamed up with his friend and development partner Redibles to create their game studio, which they also decided to call Lsplash for some reason. It kind of makes it a little bit confusing that
yeah, probably, yeah. I see why it's confusing.
The group and developer are both named the same thing, but they obviously know what they're doing when it comes to creating games.
What's the cool name for?
Lsplash has been so successful that his group is actually the 4th biggest on the platform as well. And don't get me wrong, Redibles is extremely talented too, but this video is just on Lsplash, so I won't be talking much about him.
Redibles, bye-bye.
It was time for Lsplash to release his first game, and he most certainly would not disappoint. Ragdoll Mayhem, now known as Ragdoll Universe, was a fun...
I haven't played it, but yeah. I haven't played it.
Third-person shooter game that combined the traditional ragdoll mechanics many love with a new, fresh take on the shooter genre. The main menu GUI is super polished, and overall this game just feels so well made. And I mean, look at this cute little guy. You can even make him dance. The game has a ton of different weapons, and the gameplay is actually super fun. But unfortunately, the game no longer receives regular updates because, you know, the dev team kind of has their hands full with Doors. Lsplash learned a ton from the development of this game, knowledge that he would eventually carry on to his next release, Vocab Havoc. Vocab Havoc was an attempt to draw on the hype of the viral game Wordle, bringing a unique player versus player experience to the already loved word game. However, this game would go on to reach limited success, inevitably spiraling into irrelevance quite quickly. I personally think that the game was pretty fun, but there must have been some issues or unfixed bugs that went unanswered behind the scenes, as the like ratio on this game is particularly disappointing.
Yeah, okay.
One thing that's pretty cool about this game is that Lsplash
2,000 to 5,000. Yeah. No. Yeah.
actually took the coin sound when you win at the end of every round and implemented it indoors whenever you pick up a coin, as you can see here. Now, after these releases, Lsplash brought us the game that is indisputably his most popular title to date. Doors released on August 10th, 2022.
Here we go, Doors.
And the game's rise to fame was almost meteoric. It seemed as though every day you came back, Doors' player count seemed to be multiplying, and its daily visits were going absolutely through the roof. In fact, after not even being out for a day, the game had already reached over
251k visits in over one day. In not even one day, it's got that. Wow, that's amazing. That is
50,000 plays. It was safe to say that this game was going to be one of the most popular games the platform had seen to date, and Doors went on to prove this, amassing over 300 million plays in just 1 month after release. At the game's release, Doors was quite a bit smaller than today's game. There were only 100 doors and 1 floor. No back rooms, nothing. Nevertheless, the fun new game attracted numerous content creators.
It's still very fun to play if it's like didn't have the updates back in like December.
including Creek, Think Noodles, Sunday, and more.
Yeah.
The biggest names in Roblox content creation were all coming together and hopping on the trend, and it was beginning to look like the sky was the limit for the future of Doors. With the release of Doors, Lsplash brought us
My videos, this is where my channel grew up. That's how you are finding my channel, because I'm stuck with Doors till this game is not good anymore. Like down in the mud, but I'm stuck with Doors. And so are Creekcraft and Think Noodles.
15 entities, 6 items, and even 6 completely original soundtracks. One thing that I think is pretty cool about this game is that Lsplash actually composed and created all of the music.
Really? He made all the sounds? That means he made the seat sound on his own. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. I can't even do any music. That means don't ask me to do anything with music, because I can't make any music.
Himself. And as you probably already know, because I've been using them for much of this video, they're actually all copyright free.
True.
Things were going great so far, but all it took was one bad actor with the potential to completely crumble everything Lsplash had built. And as I said, Lsplash's intent was for the music he made to be completely copyright free. But back in September, just a month after the game released, someone actually uploaded the Doors soundtrack on Spotify and was using that leverage to copyright claim a bunch of
That must be annoying for some YouTubers like Creekcraft and Think Noodles and some other big YouTubers. What? Like poking all that.
YouTubers in various videos around the internet. It ended up being resolved rather quickly, but it was still rather annoying for creators who wanted to upload content and they were struck with copyright claims right away. But hey, I'm just happy it's all resolved now because I can use the soundtracks in this video. Lsplash now had his hands on what could allow him to retire young, so the talented dev was determined to play his cards right and make the hype last. His first few updates consisted of various bug fixes, adding redeemable codes to the game, and creating various UGC products. Lsplash's intent was to further solidify the strong base of the game before moving on to more risky, expansive updates. After all, it's much better to iron out bugs and other unintended features early rather than having to deal with it all at once later on. Within this time period, Doors was actually the second fastest game on the entire platform to hit 1 billion visits.
Game to get 1 billion visits. Is that Piggy first? I'll go, yeah, behind Piggy, yeah.
Doing it in only 94 days. Doors went on to grow exponentially month over month, with the game's first major update expected to release in late 2022.
Ooh.
However, due to unforeseen circumstances and Lsplash not wanting to release an unfinished, unpolished game, the update was inevitably delayed to January 28th, 2023. Lsplash took to Twitter to explain the delays, citing that the game was actually growing so fast that they didn't have the proper legal framework in place, and that the delays were a result of balancing that between development. Players were getting frustrated waiting so long for new content, but in the end, Lsplash did not disappoint. Dubbed the Hotel Plus update, this release brought us a ton of content, bringing 10 new entities, 5 new items, achievements, and even a shop that appears midway through the run. Although my favorite part
all the achievements.
Part of this update was quite obviously El Goblino. Amidst all these crazy additions, there was one that overshadowed them all. Dubbed an Easter egg of sorts, this update also brought 1,000 more floors to explore, found in a place called the Rooms. This back rooms
Don't ask me to do that again. I'm not doing that again. I give up with that challenge. Goodbye. I went through 1,000 doors, 2 hours with a headache.
This area was an instant hit, causing many players to try it out in pursuit of the new achievements. However, this is widely considered one of the most rage-inducing areas of the game, as you can literally run for 100 plus floors with absolutely nothing happening, just to die because Rush randomly decides to appear and you can't hear his audio cue. Overall, this update revitalized Doors as a whole, and was important in restating that Doors was in fact here for the long run. Looking to the future, one contributor to Doors mentioned that the hotel update would actually be the last major update to the first floor of the hotel. This had many players hoping that the next big update would be a brand new floor. However, Lsplash and the devs had other plans, releasing the Super Hard Mode update on April Fool's 2020.
I did like the update. I loved the update. But when I completed the Super Hardcore mode, I said, I'm not doing that again. I'm way not doing that again. I give up. I'm not spinning my knobs. I'm going to run out of knobs if I do that again. Because, guess what? Jeff the Killer comes out of nowhere, kills me. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Don't ask me. I'm not doing it again. Enough.
Released as an obvious April Fool's gag, this update was actually pretty substantial. It added a variety of entities, including the terrifying creepypasta, Jeff the Killer. I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but just look into this man's eyes. He is absolutely terrifying. I would not want to be caught in a room alone with this guy. This mode did exactly what the name entails. It made your doors experience absolutely miserable. But nevertheless, many badge hunters set out to complete this awful challenge. My favorite part of the update was definitely the new screech audio. The devs actually replaced
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I love the screech audio. I love the screech audio. Ah! What was it like? Ah!
it with a sped up version of the "Why are you running" meme.
Why are you running?
Why are you running?
They even added banana peels that spawned absolutely everywhere that you could slip on, and I think that they most definitely completely achieved their goal of making players' lives absolutely miserable. Or at least they made my life miserable. Let me know what you guys think. The event only lasted for a week, eventually being reverted to the pre-April Fool's patch, but for Door's first proper event, I think that Lsplash did an absolutely fantastic job. Overall, Lsplash has consistently proven that he is here to stay in the Roblox developer community. I think it's absolutely crazy that this guy has come out of effectively nowhere and had such a massive game blow up virtually overnight. Comparing with horror games, it's literally only second to Piggy in terms of how fast the games grew. Lsplash has managed to succeed where other horror games on the platform lack, optimizing Doors for replayability to keep players coming back. It's pretty crazy when you compare this guy to some other devs in the community, because most had to release quite a few games before they had their first viral hit. However, Lsplash did it in just a few tries. In my eyes, this puts Lsplash up there with the likes of developers such as Minitoon. Considering the sheer impact he has had in such a short time on the platform, I think his success is completely deserved. Do you guys agree? Let me know in the comments. But please drop a like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Guys, I really like that video. Guys, if you do want to watch the full video without me stopping, and just link in the description. But if you are excited for for floor 2 to come out, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. But I'm done. I'm actually done. I'm done.